Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is a brand new update. It's now arrived on Gran Turismo 7 to celebrate the 25th anniversary to the Gran Turismo series. Update 1.26 is now showcasing to have 4 new cars and a new racetrack known as Michelin Raceway. Road Atlanta has now arrived to be entered for this week's update. This is going to be so very excited to have 4 new cars, including the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 to have a 25th anniversary will be obtainable from the Gran Turismo 25th anniversary banner at the top right of the world map between November 24, 2022 and January 3, 2023. So here are the 3 cars will be presented to be features to have implemented. First up is the BMW M2 Competition 2018 is now available at the Brand Central. The other 2 cars are now purchasable at the used car dealership is the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth 1987 and the Nissan Silvia Case Aero S1496. This is going to be so very awesome and excited to have an updated version to the S14 ever since the first version to be made in 1994. But we have 2 different versions on the S14 Silvia is now also to be featured to have a fully premium detail feel for the first time ever throughout the Gran Turismo series from GT1 to GT6. But of course, because the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta has been added to be located right next to be at Florida on Daytona International Speedway ever since from 7 Forza Motorsport titles. But there might be some number of events and special theme map has been added to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Gran Turismo series, so it is going to be quite good to have announcing the Gran Turismo 25th anniversary and World Final Celebration campaigns articles will have to be explained for further details. So there is going to be having a brand new museum selection for the DS automobiles has been added for Europe to be located in France. So used cars. The new car valuation service feature has been added, so please check the car valuation service section on the online manual for more details, because the car valuation service will appear after clearing menu book number 39 Championship World GT Series and having a watching to be at the ending. Some more extra menus and collection to be added to have number 12 to be on Renault, number 13 to be on the Nissan Skyline GT-R will be marked to be as collector level 40 and above. New events. These new extra menus will be appear after clearing menu book number 39 and having watched the ending is going to be featured to have all kinds of additional events and brand new to be located on Michelin Raceway. Road Atlanta will be having Race of Turbo Sports Cars, American FR Challenge 550, Group 1 Prototype Series, and especially to have Brands Hatch to be raced on 550 in European FR Challenge, along with Historic Sports Cars Masters at Willow Springs Raceway. Scapes are now featured to have 2 selections. The Road Atlanta and Illumination locations have been added to be featured curations in Scape. So there are some 23 new paint colors have been added to the real car paint section of the paint shop at GT Auto. But there might be some other features, but this update is now going to be adding up to have some new additional and will change and other changes to have all kinds of different improvements. So you know what I'm saying, because all kinds of different updates will have to do some more penalty line to be added up in sport mode. Alright, so that's all of it. So let's have a good check to be on the world map and take a good look. Oh, hi there, Sarah. Gran Turismo 25th anniversary races are now available for a limited time only. You can try your hand at the grand final of the World Series 2022, which took place in Monaco. Why not give it a go? Oh, so very sweet to take place in nighttime in the world map, you guys. Let's give it up to have a good fireworks to be celebrated to be on the 25th anniversary, and the World Finals in the 2022 series is going to be so very excited. I cannot believe it. This is so very impressive to have a different theme background in the world map. But take a good look on the hot air balloon to have a 25th anniversary of the Gran Turismo series. So there's also to have a special event for a limited time. But it starts out to have 39 days left until this special event will be over soon. So there might be some increased rewards campaign from now on to be added in sport mode. Sounds very cool and so very awesome that I have to try it out. But maybe I could probably have to do a special episode after one updated video after this. So let's hop on in and go visit to be at the used car dealership. So in the meantime, because the ability will have to be sell the cars to be available at a certain amount of price. Only for this update because Polypity Digital has finally accepted a promise because many Gran Turismo players will be sell any kinds of different vehicles to be added up with some currency credits from now on. Here we have the hot price is now available to be on the lineup. There's the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth 87 and the updated version on the Nissan Silvia Case Aero S14 1996. Different price available to be start out on 60,000 credits for the S14 and 200,000 credits on the Sierra RS 500 Cosworth. How awesome and very well impressive to be having 4 different cars including the S 2019 25th Anniversary Edition. So let's have a good look to be explain the details about the Sierra RS 500 Cosworth made by Ford. The Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth is a truly legendary car, one that all race fans especially like. It's a special model built with the globally popular Gr.A Races in mind, which are for cars based on production models. The original Sierra is a rear-wheel drive car developed by Ford's European operation. The RS Cosworth was then created to compete in 1985's Gr.A Races. The car was notable for its 2.0 Lear front-mounted turbo engine created by the esteemed English company Cosworth. Its suspension and body were specially tuned. An even more powerful evolution model based on the RS Cosworth was released in 1987. That is the car, the Sierra RS 500 Cosworth. Everything has been upgraded, including the engine. Its exploits in the Gr.A races of the late 1980s and early 1990s are still talked about to this day. Sweet! Looks like this car was made in 1987 to be laid as a good ordinary Ford car. FR layout to be drivetrain because this displacement is 1993cc to be at 223 horsepower / 6,000 RPM. This car is a road car category to be on the type, so it is going to be quite very good to be purchased for only 200,000 credits. Time to add this up, register to the car index before moving on to have the S14 Case Aero to have an updated 2nd gen model to see how it turns out. For Sierra RS 500 Cosworth, all check and added to the car index will be registered. Now, same thing as the first version on the Nissan Silvia Case version is now titled as the S14, but this one is a very good, excellent, fully premium detail feel for the first time ever after playing all the Gran Turismo titles from GT1 to GT6. Base color is pearl white, displacement 1998cc, drivetrain FR, 216 horsepower / 6,000 RPM. Category on the car type is road car. Gonna have to learn more about the S14 as an updated version. The Silvia is an iconic sports coupe produced by Nissan. This example is the 6th generation model which first appeared in the 1990s and is known as the S14. This specific car is actually the very last of the S14 that came out in 1996. Its design is notably different from its earlier models with a distinctly sharp look. The power and the torque remain as the same as those of its predecessor, but the case gray car features a turbo. And what about the Silvia's drivetrain, you ask? Well, it's a rear-wheel drive, giving it as an FR layout. The turbo engine max output of 216 horsepower and the FR layout makes it suitable for both track racing and drifting. Nice, looks like the second updated version on the S14 has now marked as 1996. I'll take it, and 60,000 GT credits will be registered and added to the car index before adding up to have one car to be at the Brent Central. Hello, updated S14, 60 collector points to be added, and I'm about to be saved later on. But I can't wait to have the feature. Will be coming up soon after completing on menu book number 39. It's gonna have to take some time, folks, but almost there towards the end of 2022 before entered in 2023 for only 1 month to go. But in the meantime, because it's gonna have to take time and gonna have to go patient, so I know this is gonna be very stressful. I've been taking for so much long. Time to go visit at the Brent Central, go to Europe, visit BMW to be listed as a new car to the update, because the M2 Competition is going to be becoming much more sportier to have the original to be well played in the Crew 2. But this one is a 2018 version to be on the M2 to be having a car price at 91,000 credits. Displacement in 2979cc. Drivetrain is FR. 405 horsepower / 5800 RPM, 548.30 performance points. Car type is a real car category. There are some 5 colors by selection is now available when you're visiting at Brent Central. There's the Alpine White, Hockenheim Silver, Black Sapphire, Long Beach Blue, and Sunset Orange. So let's learn more about the M2 Competition. This is the M2 Competition, an upgraded version of the compact, powerful, rear-wheel drive M2. BMWs and models are considered very special by enthusiasts all over the world. This is because they're developed by BMW M, the company's dedicated motorsport subsidiary. Their cars dated back to the legendary sports cars of the 1970s, such as the BMW 3.0 CSL and BMW M1. The M2 Competition features the S55B, a twin-turbo inline-6 developed by BMW M. The car's cooling system, brakes, and body structure are also a step up on the base M2. Of all the M2 production models, this is the one that will provide the best experience on the track. Sweet, looks like this M2 is becoming more sportier and go competition to have a 2018 model. Just like the original was made in 2016, but however, because the car price in GT7 is going to be quite very good to have under 100,000 credits. Well, looks like one M2 to be added to the car index, and this one is a very good real car competition to take on in the track. 91 collector points, reached up to be maximum in level 50 on the collector level. Alright, looks like that's the third car to be listed, so in the meantime, because the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 25th anniversary is a very special car, just like the Christian Dio from the used legend car dealership is still available at a hot price. Maybe I could probably have to take a good look, but gonna have to find out and see. This is so very awesome to have this special event to be listed as a limited time. But I can't wait to see how it looks like. but the celebration is going to be quite very good to have a nice Nations Cup theme. Wow, sweet! I cannot believe it. I just went there to be on the first visit, and we just got ourselves a gift card, the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 25th anniversary. But I cannot believe it. Ever since we have been participating in the Gran Turismo World Series, Nations Cup, and Manufacturers Cup from Season 1 and 2. But mostly, all the best Gran Turismo players out there all over the world are about to have their best of luck to take part in Monaco. But I mean, the music. This is so incredible. I kind of like it. This is so amazing to have a good theme from the Nations Cup. Alright, so I guess this is going to be quite good to have two special events. We'll have to start out to be on the Manufacturers Cup on Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and Nations Cup to be at Willow Springs International Raceway in the Big Willow. Group 3 category, and Suzuki B6 Escudo Pikes Peak Special in the one make race category. Alright, looks like this is going to be so very thrilled, and going to have to start out to have two events in one race. But I bet I could probably have to keep a good hold on for having one race moment after the update video will end. But promise me, you guys, because these two events are very special to Gran Turismo 7. So now, let's head on over to be at Escape's location to have two backgrounds to be on Road Atlanta and Illumination. Illumination is very good to have a light magic, and Road Atlanta to be located in Georgia, USA. Maybe I have to take a good look, because these kinds of background scenes will be included with having some 10 images. There's the home straight, the S's, turn 5, paddock, turn 5, home straight, there's turn 1, turn 10 by having a chicane, turn 12 at the final turn, and the chicane to be suitable and marked on any location to choose any kinds of race car categories like Group 3 and Group 1 as well. This is going to be so very awesome to have Road Atlanta to be welcome in Gran Turismo 7, ever since for all Forza fans out there to be raced on this track. So next up, Illuminations on Light Magic. So beautiful to have all kinds of brand new backgrounds and usuals to be featured in the update. So choose any kinds of background scape style will have to turn up and go brighter to become very realistic. So very awesome to have all kinds of different background scapes in Japan. Mostly other kinds of locations on other sessions to see how it looks like to have all kinds of different themed background. But this one is the Cannery Row located in California in the US. But take a good look at this nice Christmas tree. Perfect time for the holidays before moving on in December. And this one over there is the Bay Quarter Yokohama, Kagawa, Japan. Nice, looks like all the background scapes and Christmas themed background is going to be quite all together for this update. So very good that I could probably have to try this out for my free time. Now let's go to the world circuits, because I've been working so very hard to do some time lapse ever since I've been working so hard for the last 3 months to do all my development. But one racetrack to be located in America to be added up onto the 12th racing circuit in the US. So here it is, you guys. Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. Two events are now available to be take part in American FR Challenge 550 and Turbo Sports Race. But good thing to have the title is about to be changed up to have Northern Idaho Speedway to be well placed to be right next on Daytona International Speedway. Gonna have to take a good look. Two events are now available, so gonna have to be entered onto the time trial. Full course are now available because Road Atlanta is now listed to have a full Grand Prix track. How awesome, and very thrilled to see how this most fine American racing circuit for the first time ever since the 10-hour endurance race. Maybe I could probably have to go and try it out and give it for a spin. Gonna have to choose any select conditions by doing a dawn, sunrise, daytime on cloudy, afternoon, and nighttime. So let's start out to be on the sunrise, because this is going to be a very good time to have a new day and new race, to be having one Gran Turismo game to be added onto the update. This is going to be so very awesome ever since by playing every Forza Motorsport game titles from number 1 through to 7. But first time ever to see how Will Atlanta is going to be look like, to have a very good different logo to be added with Michelin Raceway. Look at this, you guys. This is so beautiful and more lovely to have GT3s and prototype race car to be entered to have the most brilliant turn, and the S's to start out to be on the first turn to turn number 5. But it is going to be so very awesome to see how the tight turns is going to be very tricky, plus turn 11 and 12 after the chicane. Mostly because this is going to be so very awesome that I'll be the first one to try out after the first day before moving on in day 2. Time for me to switch cars, grab the Toyota Gr.A Hybrid 2021 with UDRS InSportec livery, will be entered, and start out to have a good test run to see how it feels. I'm so very excited, you guys. I'm so very thrilled and excited to see how Will Atlanta is going to be so very excellent to have the first time ever in GT7. So now I'm going to have to go down the hill to take turn 11 through 12. Timer begin, and going to have to get set to be drive in onto the first turn by pull the brake. So you see, folks, by enter turn number 1 is going to be very tricky before entered onto turn number 2 and 3 is going to be much more tight turns to go for the right. But don't get confused out there, because the S's is definitely the most challenging moment in motorsport history in America. But stop at turn number 5, so this is where the right spot is going to be used as a club circuit only in Forza Motorsport games. But in a full course on GT7, that is going to be quite very challenging to have all different road car categories and racing cars as well. But especially to have concept cars such as Vision Gran Turismo will be part of it as well. So now pass through onto turn 6 and 7, enter turn number 8, almost there at the end of sector 2 before entered in sector 3 by passing through on turn number 9. Turn 10 to be entered by letter A and B. This is where the chicane is about to become right in. Very good. Going up the hill, downhill on turn 11 and 12. Make sure keep a good maintained mobility balance after taking turn 11 and 12 by pressing on to be on the next lap. So here I go, lap number 2, going up to take the first and second turn again, going in onto turn 3. Master the S's will have to be go through onto turn number 4. Just like good old times for myself, you guys, just like the rest of you guys have ever played Forza Motorsport. Now going in onto sector 2, take turn 6, follow through onto turn 7, slow in, keep a good straightaway to be entered on turn number 8. Well, I just remember ever since I've been first racing on Will Atlanta, ever since when I was playing in Forza Motorsport 2. Those are the good old days back then without having a video recording segment, but it is definitely used to be as an ordinary racing experience to see how real world circuits is going to be so very amazing, and different production cars and racing car category depends on different type of rarity. But mostly because ever since I've been moved on by playing Forza Motorsport 3, the handling and physics is going to be quite very good to be well improved. But I mean, the definition graphics is going to be so very thrilled to see how it turns out to be well drive to have all kinds of different vehicles to be updated by specifically onto the different rarity and performance to be well suitable to have all kinds of different styles when racing on this track. But those are the good old days back then, so how often do you think about by playing Forza Motorsport series? Give your thoughts and give yourself to have opinions about this track. But it is going to be quite very excellent to have the first time ever to be see how one Group 1 racer to take on for having a time trial on GT7. So at the time, because by having 2 lanes to be included to be on the pit lane lineup after having a full straightaway to be proceed on to turn number 12 and turn number 1 by every lap. But it is going to be quite very confusing because the right side of the pit lane when you're racing on Road Atlanta is going to be a very good, excellent, suitable position to be right over there on the right side. Very excellent to be wide open to be on the outside. Goes on to be entered to be on the pits and press on to go exit after taking turn number 1. For example, because the differences by having different racetracks such as WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca to have an updated version to have a new look and same variation just like Road Atlanta to be having Michelin to be having a good respective rides. But it is very good to have a good rename moment to have the circuit itself to be updated to be added with an aftermarket sponsorship. There we go. Kick it up and kick it go to be on the straightaway again. But I'm just always going to be much more fun to enjoy after taking a warm-up session from day 1 and then going to have to go on to be on day 2. So yesterday, ever since we've been doing a campaign quiz to see which is going to be a campaign quest to see which answer is going to be look like. But the only answer is it's going to be Central and South America. But now it's day 2, so maybe if I could probably have to do a short quiz before the next day, it's going to be on day 3 for the 25th anniversary ever since the World Finals has already arrived in Monaco. But after all, because this is going to be a very good, excellent, surprising moment for Ferrari is about to be unveiled itself to have its very own Vision Gran Turismo. But we have to find out and wait soon enough because it'll have to take some time and don't ruin the surprise because Ferrari doesn't take any surprises that contains not to have any massive spoilers. So up I go. Gonna have to do an exercise practice to see how it turns out to be well improved. 1 minute 15.760 seconds on the decimal to be updated. Oh, and by the way, folks, because Road Atlanta has now included to have an endurance event to take 10 hours for every GT and prototype race car to have a good ordinary endurance. Just like 12 hours of Sebring is going to have to be half an hour long to have one race event to be going entered for only a half a day because it is definitely might be quite very popular in motorsport history. Just like the 24 hours of Le Mans and Nürburgring along with Spa-Francorchamps, but it'll have to take 1 full day of race and also to have half a day for Sebring. But not to mention because Road Atlanta is now part of it to be as a half a day endurance event. So now the 5-lap warm-up session is now checked and complete. Time to exit out. So now I'm about to try out to have 3 cars for the update, including the 25th anniversary of the Red Bull X 2019 after we've been first entered in the special event. But it is very special. To the car, just like the Kristen deal is still available at the Legend Cars dealership for the new Gran Turismo players. So now, gonna have to take a good look for the replay. Thumbnail image will be captured. There we go. First time ever to do this part of the video segment. Replay saved and go for the double to be on the best lap. Alright, so Time to grab the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth 87 to be going entered at the custom race until moving on in race number 2 at Tokyo Expressway to choose 3 different districts. But especially to have 2 versions on the S14 Silvia between the 1994 Type S and 1996 Case Aero. So new day and daily workout is about to go begin. I really hope this is going to be quite very good to be excited to drive out with a brand new Ford vehicle to be welcomed in the game. But this car was made in 1987 to be featured in the game to have a fully premium detailed view for the first time ever. Let's go to the full course, take on 3 laps, starting grid to be moved on behind, 20th. And this time, I'm about to go professional level, we'll be at the ready. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, custom race, here I go and give a good test car to try it out to have the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. It's going to be so very FR to be driving in to go oversteer. But it is actually to have a differences between all kinds of different Ford cars was now to be made as European model. But the right side of the interior view is actually to become very different rather than driving on the left side by having a steering wheel will be included as well. But the update is going to be quite very good to be surprised because I'm about to do Road Atlanta for the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth. But according to the articles from GT Planet, but it might be to be switched up to be as alternate. But I know it is because we might have to do much more respectful about this car. It's going to be so remarkable and drivable to have a good European model was actually to be made as American car. So time to go and be prepared for the rolling start to have 3 seconds, and this is going to be quite very good to have the interior view to be driving in onto the right side. So this car is a very good retrospective vehicle, was made in the 1980s, was made by Ford's European operation. But take a good look at the sound of the engine and handling by the performance. So here comes turn number 3. Drive carefully and go overtake to have modern vehicles will have to take turn number 4 by the S's. Outstanding, and here's the Silvia Case S14. Take that apex, go for the right side, enter sector 2. I really hope this time, if I could see a yellow Land Evo 5, this is going to be much more thrill and infamous to see how one yellow car is going to have to take that lead. So for this car, was actually a race car to be participate in motorsport events in the late 1980s and earlier 1990s. The Sierra RS Cosworth is much more fine European car to be made as the American car to be well drive on the track, but mostly because this drivetrain is now classed as an FR layout. But the handling is going to be very sturdy, so it will have to be much more fine competent and needs to be well improved. So now going up the hill, downhill on turn 11 and 12. That's more like it. Saved by the call, entered in lap number 2. This is going to be so very awesome to have this car to be classed as a UDRS livery and Vision Total Drama after this. Now going in, entered onto turn 2 and 3. Keep driving in, keep going clean. Looks like the Honda Integra Type R95 is now entered to be in 5th place. Land Evo 5 is now dropped on to 6th place. Fastest lap I took, 1 minute, 53.658 seconds. I still got this on the run, and outfit to be having a sports medium compound tires will be well improved to go efficient to do some integration. The yellow Sil 80, 4th place, now going in to take 3rd place on the Celica GT4 ST205. So when having a race, there might be some good spectators out there around the track because it is going to be so very awesome to have the ordinary competition will go celebrate to be entered for only one GT race car or any prototype racing car category class to be entered. But mostly because IMSA is going to be more likely to have Road Atlanta to be part as an ordinary competition event, just like Forza Motorsport Series and other racing games to this track. So now, here comes the final lap. The Chevy Corvette C369. Convertible style, I could take that for a challenge. There you go. First place, here I go and take the lead. Excellent all-wheel drive steering to be well pretend, but also to go oversteer to see how an FR layout to be well drive to be stable. After all, because the Ford Sierra Cosworth is mostly flying popular rare to be classed as a Group A category. Time for me to go defense. Enter sector 2 by going in on turn 6. Excellent job. Now for turn 7. Going in and take on turn number 8. Alright, so gonna have to take my deep breath a little bit short time. Going straight to it. It's all about doing the best advantage to be entered on turn number 9 and then pull the brake on turn number 10 to be entered at the brake zone at any time. Very good, impressive turn. So, looks like down the hill and take the final stretch. And that's how you can master to take turn 11 and 12 to increase the acceleration before going in to take the lead by reaching the finish line. But there you go, folks. First place, and very good to have a Georgia racing circuit is going to be mostly to be incredible. But at the time, because mostly to have road car categories to be participate to be driving in to be in American FR Challenge 550 and Clubman Cup 700. So here are the standings for today's results. Lap number 3 to be labeled on our Gr.A. Lap number 3 to be marked in to have 1 minute 46.686 seconds after I just took the lead to have a total time in 5 minutes 31.84 seconds. So looks like 1,000 credits, 8.1 miles, and getting closer to have 1 day of a daily workout is about to be complete soon. Time for a replay, folks. Looks like one player in the Subaru WRX is now currently to have the fastest lap after taking the 3rd lap is clear. Gonna have to zoom in, and looks like this different camera view on the replay when you're in Road Atlanta is gonna be so very amazing. There you go for the captured thumbnail. So yeah, I guess I kind of like that track. This track is going to be so very awesome, just like what you're playing in Forza Motorsport. But welcome to Gran Turismo 7 for Road Atlanta, you guys. This track is going to be so very perfect to have the 12th American circuit to be added to the game. Next up, after trying the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth, the Nissan Silvia Case Aero S1496 will go on to be at Asia Oceania Circuit to be at Tokyo Expressway, will go south and counterclockwise. For this part of the one-on-one showdown for having a custom race, 2 laps will be featured to have the differences between the Silvia Case version Type S 94 and the Case Aero 96. By having my Total Drama OC, Lexia will be joining session to race with me after having a posting theme cover of the Pretty Gals magazine with her in it. She's the best gal of the UDRS. She is also to be my favorite Total Drama OC girl of all time. Alright, time to get ready to go race. Just only me and my Total Drama OC. By having 2 different versions on the S14, 94 and 96 will have to join on to have a good rolling start position. But I mean because it is very good to have a second version to the S14 ever since by playing Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 6 to be used as a standard vehicle. But mostly because temporarily to be used on National B License 4 and 7 is going to have to be temporarily to be drive in. So here I go, let's do this and have a good look onto that stunning interior view just like the Silvia Case S1494. Coming in to take the first turn, I'll have to go behind, build up the slipstream and keep up the pace. So you see, by having this part of the chassis between 2 different versions from 94 and 96 to the S14 Silvia, because the 96 version gives a very good sportier look to be having a sharper style to be on the front and rear all together to have all kinds of differences to be well updated ever since 2 years ago for the making. Because the 1994 Silvia Case is now classed to be as a Type S, but this one is going to be quite good to be titled as Aero will be drive-in to be race around in Japan. Very popular in motorsports and especially to have all kinds of different variation include with a wide body modification and custom parts will be well placed. Because especially to have 2 different color schemes on the LM edition from Gran Turismo 1. But I mean, this is going to be quite very good to have a suspension to be titled and classed as a double wishbone. So now going in to take the lead, going in and take the curve straightaway by coming out into the tunnel while my Total Drama OC stays behind in second place. 0.8 seconds behind the gap. Very good, excellent tire compound will start out to be on the sports hard category. Gonna have to keep it slow, inside towards the hairpin to go forward onto the on-ramp exit. Yep, I'm doing my best, Lexia. I'm doing my best and see how it feels to drive the S1496. Turns out to become a very good nostalgia JDM car to be raced around in every Gran Turismo series, except Gran Turismo Sport according to the articles on the GT Wiki of Fandom. But it may be quite very good to be customizable to be used in the livery editor. However, because the S14 Case version is going to be quite good to have a top-of-the-line model to have a different look onto the chassis, just like the first version was made in 1994. This is the 1996 Silvia Case Aero is a very good, excellent, sportier JDM car to have Nissan fans will have to be drive out to be ready to go on the track at any time. Same interior view, different chassis, and same rims. Different performance is going to be quite very good to be on the top output. Total lap time is 2 minutes 36.959 seconds. It's doing well, but I had to take that and gonna have to go enter to be on the brake zone on turn number 2. Excellent job. Keep a good steering response and do the apexes without having a penalty to be well pretend. I hope my Lexia could probably had to step it up. I'm still in the lead and gonna have to go for having a one-on-one showdown to be well embraced to be on a driving Kato battle style. Now going in to take the next sector. lights will turn on. But I tell you guys, because this S14 Silvia is so very awesome to drive, only on Gran Turismo 7 that have the first time ever to be featured to have a detailed interior view. So very awesome, and mostly to have different customization options when you're on the GT Auto. Solid fine work. Keep on driving and going on to the on-ramp to take the final sector. Yep, I'm always being the best driver out there for having some good experience to try out with some new rides to the update. But I hope Lexia could probably have to try to keep up. She is going to have to be going passive and go well aggressive. No hard feelings, because it's all about having a differences between two different S14 models from 94 and 96 to be played in Gran Turismo series. So here I am, going in to take the finish line, and there it goes. The S14 Case Aero 96 has now entered in the finish line to take first place. Stunning, and that's how the difference is to have two different versions to the S14 has now welcomed to be in Gran Turismo 7 for the first time. To have a fully functional detailed interior view is going to be becoming more realistic. Well, of course, because total time to go around in 5 minutes, 12.474 seconds is now cleared to be moved up on the update in 2 minutes, 35.515 seconds in lap number 2. You're very welcome, Lexia. Much appreciated, and it's cool. It's all about having a fun race and trying out to see how the difference is between two S14 Silvia. So now I'm going to have to do a replay by having captured thumbnail image to have a good interesting preview. Okay, looks like two of them should be quite good enough. Let's exit out and have this another replay for having day 3 of the update. Going exit. Now this is going to have to take a third car. We'll have to try it out after the S14 Silvia Case Aero 96 is very good to be drivable, to be drive on to some different JDM cars. So let's go to Europe and head on over to be at Nürburgring to be on the Grand Prix track. But mostly because European FR Challenge 550 might be quite very eligible to be participate by using the M2 competition. But of course it is, because it might be quite compatible to be entered at any time. So you'll have to do one race by having a new car and class as a 2018 model. So let's give it a go and try it out for having the M2 competition for a spin. Just like all kinds of different cars to be well participate on different events during the part of the update in this video segment, folks. But now it'll have to take M2 competition will be joined in to be facing up with some different BMW cars for this part of the FR Challenge 550 ever since to be on my journey in the full walkthrough. Now let's have a good check on the settings. Sports hard compound tires is all check. Now let's go. So you see, folks, this interior view on the BMW has a competition to be made in 2018. 2 years ago, as a 2016 model to the M2 is now drivable to be classed as a street race discipline to be well used in Need for Speed 2015, Payback, Heat, and especially playing in the Crew 2 is going to be classed as a street race discipline. But this one as an M2 competition in Gran Turismo 7 that has all kinds of different updated features to the M2 vehicle. Looks to me because it might be quite very good to be containable to have customization options, plus a wide body modification is going to be quite very good to be compatible on road cars. So now, gonna have to be driving in to be on European FR Challenge at the Nürburgring. Let's see how the difference is to go overtake by having a applied lineup to have several BMW cars on the track. The 2014 M4 has been overtake. Coming in onto the hairpin. Stay on track and move on in to be in Sector 3 to take the Hammer S. Very good, awesome to drive, and very good to be well compared to have the differences between the original and competition version to the BMW M2. So you guys might gonna have to try this out at any time when you're being a BMW fan. This car is a right place to be ready to go on to be on the track. But the exterior view on the M2 looks so practically different to the original. Just like the taillights that might be going a little bit more different than the M3 and M4. But the M2 is definitely look so very sharper and very look to be having some good detailed view. But the front might be quite very good to be sharper to be coming at least a bit. Maybe I could probably have to go look around to be on a 360-degree angle until entered onto the full straightaway. Yep, looks like this is going to be so very cool to drive, and mostly to have all kinds of different customization and livery design, and even the rim will be part of it as well, because that car is going to be so very good to be decent to drive, to be racing around on the track as a 2010 model to the M2 competition. So now, gonna have to catch up on to N. Rubalar and Coque Lopez. Almost there, gonna have to catch up onto him. Right side to go overtake at the Beamer. And then Lopez in the BMW M4 in first position. Let's see how the M4 versus M2 will take the final show for the length of the battle. This time, the fastest lap time will be called out after lap number 2 has come to an end. There he is right now. Gonna have to catch up to him and go build up the slipstream to be increased and close down to the gap in about 1.3 seconds up ahead. He'll be having a one-way ticket to get up straight to have the M4, while the M2 competition still takes on second place to be currently by the ongoing. Well played by having a good braking position, but it's not over yet. Final sector, here I go. And there you have it. The M2 competition takes the lead by taking the chicane. We'll go forward to proceed into the final corner at the end of the second lap. This is going to be so very awesome to drive because this update brings out to have 2 iconic classics and 1 modern vehicle to be made in the 2010s. Checker flag, here I go, and first place to be solid remarkable. Now that's a BMW drivable to be updated to see how the M2 goes. Perfectly for every Gran Turismo players and BMW fans who can actually gonna have to try out the M2 competition at any time. So mostly because the total time for having under 5 minutes, the M2 competition 2018 took 4 minutes 50.166 seconds, and the fastest lap I took is 2 minutes 24.354 seconds. Outstanding run, and brilliant to see how 1 BMW car to be added to the game. More clean race, and looks like this is going to be quite good to have 3 cars to try out, unless Maybe I could probably have to try out to have the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 25th Anniversary Edition after this. So now I'm gonna have to go skip on in. Just like that, this thumbnail image looks so very good to have the M2 take the lead, and M4 is now entered in second place from behind. So now replay has been saved for the third one, and then the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 25th Anniversary will be ready to start out to kick up to have a good stunning moment. So have you guys ever been entered to have a 4-day viewers campaign before at the end of November in the update? Well, of course, because we got all 4 answers will turn out to become correct by 100%. It takes one simple question only before moving on to take the next day, as we go on to have this next part of the clip for only 2 weeks later. For only day 1 of the viewers campaign, as Gr.A takes the win in Toyota Series. The first answer was Central and South America will receive to have 1 million credit before moving on in day 2. As day 2 of the viewers campaign, as P3 of Rapid Change Race goes to Adriano Carrasa. The only answer is to receive a 6-star roulette ticket in the parts category was Adriano Carrasa. Moving on in day 3 to have a viewers campaign, as P1 at the end of the first lap for the grand final race goes to Porsche in the Manufacturers Cup. Racing at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps to be at the end of the first lap. The only answer was Porsche will be received to have a 6-star roulette ticket in the engine category. And this one is going to be the only best answer to take on day 4 of the viewers campaign, as P1 for the grand final qualifying went to Takemura Minasono. To get the new Ferrari Vision Gran Turismo is going to be so very awesome to have a very good grand unveiling during the final round, and this is going to be the perfect answer. Takemura Minasono. But I tell you guys, because the Ferrari Vision Gran Turismo is going to be so very amazing to have a mixture of the Le Mans hypercar and futuristic concept car all together to have a very good excellent opportunity as part of the main update. As we go on to have 4 answers, we'll give a good correct guess by 100% for only one single day until moving on in December. But of course it is, folks, because I had to do this part of the next recording session after taking a 2-week off, as I have to go on to try out with the Red Bull X 2019 25th Anniversary. We'll be going in to be at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps to take part in the 24-hour layout. Let's go and choose a time condition, go for the afternoon, and here I go. This is going to be so very amazing to have a special addition to the Red Bull X 2019, just like the competition, to be stated as the original variation as a carbon-based fiber with the decals in it. Yep, looks like I've been trying out once, because this video segment will have to go again at this moment. But good thing that the ranking board will be setting up to have a square one moment to have a very good excellent moment to see how the 24-hour layout track in Spa-Francorchamps will be featured to have a long extended pit lane entry. We'll go for the out lap and fast lap. We'll have to try it out for a spin. So here I go. Gonna have to take 3 seconds to proceed on to the final turn at the chicane. Now just gonna have to go enter into the pits. Let's see how it feels. And that we might have to go quick switch up to be on the interior view. So this will might have the same interior view function just like the competition version to the Red Bull X 2019. It also shares the 25th anniversary when you enter to take part to have 2 events to be labeled as a special competition to be in the Manufacturers Cup and Nations Cup. So look over here as we go on to take the first turn to skip forward to be on turn number 2 to 3 and 5. This is where the pit lane entry will have to be stationed right over here during the 24-hour layout track. So very good and excellent suitable position to be used as a 24-hour endurance race, especially in the World Endurance Championship, as we go on to have a very good excellent entertainment to watch. So this is where the pit exit as it goes, so gonna have to be ready to go and commence the outlap. I tell you guys, because this performance on the Red Bull X 2019 shares the same exact differences that also to be included to have the same variation. But mostly when you're using it in a custom race, that might have to be shared to be featured as a one-way category. Same livery, same car, and same strategy as we go on to have different racetrack will be part of it in this update. But I know you guys, because I've been waiting for this so long, ever since I've been moved on in December, to have a perfect time to go celebrate in Christmas. This is where the early holiday begins, and that's how the Red Bull X 2019 is the perfect car for every Gran Turismo players to support Gran Turismo 7. Gonna have to give it a go, take the campus towards the end of the second sector, hop in onto the same interior view. This livery on the Red Bull X 2019 looks so very good to be well unique made to have a specification that turns out to have a different variation. Same type to be shared on the competition version to have the same title, but I mean, this kind of the livery is going to be quite good to have a red zone to be placed on the front and the blue to be placed on the rear, and especially to have a shaded effect to be on the purple placed to be on the middle. The 25th anniversary decal is going to be quite very good to be exclusive to this car. So now I'm going to have to go in to take the fast lap. Here I go and kick it up onto the high gear. Now for the Gr.A Rouge. Very good quick turn and go rev up onto the acceleration. First sector clear, now going in onto sector 2. But I really like this car, you guys. This special livery to the Red Bull X 2019 is a very good special race car variation after we've been received a competition version to the same Red Bull X 2019. But it is also to be contained to have a customizable when you're using it in the GT Auto by the livery editor. Different design style, and give a good passion to find a perfect line to go clean racing to this car. Now gonna have to go through and do the apexes at the campus. Next turn go on the hard right. Modest and steepest will have to be go enter to have the next sector in number 3. Gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on the clock. There you go. Now gonna have to take that sharp turn to go quickly. Chicane coming in. There you go. Just like that. And that will have to stay without having a traction to go 0 instead of 1. But temporarily, because I'm just gonna have to go with the flow to be driving without using the TCS1. Current lap time to be going updated by the fastest, 1 minute 55.730 seconds. Now gonna have to go again onto the Gr.A Rouge. Excellent passive turn by the corner. Here comes sector 2. Come on, keep driving and slide around to go for doing a steep position. Very good. Looks like my ghost car is still doing great. 0.3 seconds behind. Very good and much to be pleased. Now going back at the campus, I really hope this Red Bull X 2019 is a very good special livery variation to be added to the game. Okay, clever move. Not even a single loose amount of grip. Quick recovery just necessarily will have to do my perk. Now go for the chicane. There we go. Just like that. And stay a good hold on the gas. Alright. Very good and wonderful. Third lap clear. And that makes a perfect practice run to try out to have a 25th anniversary addition to the Red Bull X 2019 is a very good special livery variation to all Gran Turismo players to be available when entered to have a special event for a limited time. So now I'm gonna have to go exit out. Here's my best time to be tried out to have a different variation to the Red Bull X 2019. 1 minute 55.589 seconds. Excellent work, and give a good highlight to be marked on the green for only 3 sectors in Spa-Francorchamps in the 24-hour layout. The third lap highlighted to be marked in the green was Sector 1 in 32.744 seconds, onto Sector 2 in the second lap, 52.191 seconds. Much more competent and good to be improved. And now for Sector 3 was 30.436 seconds. Best time to be marked is going to be correction to be well cleared. Alright, so looks like I'm going to have to do a replay to have a captured thumbnail image. Or I might need to do the changed up to have a different view. Just 1 second, folks. There we go. Looks like that makes a very good, excellent livery by now. So let's exit and go for a double save replay to go regular and best lap time. Save and collect to be on the library. So let's go and exit out to have a good look to be on a showcase that we might have something else to be brand new. But in the meantime, because ever since I've been doing some farming work to be racing in Daytona International Speedway, the main answer guess that I just went there was the GT Cup Group 3 edition. But I know it is because almost 4 months later, ever since I've been working so much to be on the progress to be part on the full walkthrough. But in the meantime, because so much brand new update, so many features, and all kinds of new cars to be added to the game. So let's make a stop by at the showcase and see what else might be quite very good to be brand new. So it turns out to become very different, but also to have a popular user is now going to be quite giving a very good excellent look. Wow, looks like this is going to be so very amazing to have all kinds of different Gran Turismo players to be on the rankings. A different kind of social media platform when playing Gran Turismo 7 is going to be so very awesome to be giving a right place to be here. So many GT players, all kinds of different background to have a different style of cars and different kind of artwork by delivery. I kind of like about this update that might have a very good excellent showcase as a calling card for every Gran Turismo players. There's going to be on the style, helmet liveries, racing suit, scapes, race photos, decals, and replay has been now added to be turns out to become very much more different to the main update. But especially to be on the same features to be on the following because popular user is now also to be open to this update. But we could probably have to take some good excellent inspiration to have all kinds of different images made by every Gran Turismo players. So very amazing and much more stunning to see how brand new features to the game will have to be keep up by the change. So now special gifts are waiting for me for this update. It's going to be quite giving a good excellent dot to have a received prize as we go on to go opening to have all kinds of different gifts as an early Christmas present. But here it is, you guys. We got 3 different prize rewards ever since we've been participate of the viewers campaign. Credit ticket by 1 million credits, two 6-star roulette tickets with the engine and parts category. Much more awesome and very good to have a one single answer only by having a correction. So gonna have to go for receiving 1 million credits to add up to receive a gift. Nice. Almost to be going back on to 10 million credits. So let's open up to have a parts category in a 6-star roulette ticket. I wonder which prize should I get. It might be quite better goods. So very close to have that ultra high RPM turbo kit. But the Stroke Up S might be going compatible on the 2002 Honda NSX Type R. I'll have to hold on to it, and this time the engine is going to be quite very different to see which it's going to be. So I have to cross my fingers to see which different brand new engine is going to be look like. Come on, give me something. Whoa! Looks like this might be quite compatible to have a new engine for the 2016 Honda NSX Concept GT. Okay, let's see which different prices should I get. So very close to get that new part. But the low Gran Turismo credits will be received to have 5,000. But anyway folks, because this makes a second time ever I just got a 5,000 GT credits from the first 3-star roulette ticket. But in the meantime, because I'm not gonna have to go for only one 4-star ticket, because every guest will might have to figure it out to have all kinds of low common prices that might have to be more patient in the next time. So, looks like I just used a 4-star roulette ticket to have a better kind of common to be adding up to receive a 30,000 Gran Turismo credits. So almost to be at 9.5 million credits. Well, looks like what a long day ever since I've been taking a break for only 2 weeks later. But now I'm back in session and gonna have to do this part of the video segment to have this all kinds of different car collection to be received to have 3 different cars to the update. So gonna have to scroll down onto Germany to have a BMW M2 Competition. There it is right now. Now wait a second, the letter R in the description, I don't know how did that happen. Well, according to the trivia in the Gran Turismo Wiki of Fandom, in the US/Asian English version of the game, the catch text only displays the letter R, but somehow, because it turns out to becoming a little bit more misunderstanding to have a description, but the only answer is to have this very good correct answer. A hard-boiled FR that hides the power of a demon in its compact body. Well, I guess that might have a very good perfect sense about the BMW M2 Competition. Is a very good excellent German sports car to have a very good excellent M performance. Someone else might have a good thank you for saving us to have this good description, depends on which region are you in. Now for Nissan, scroll down in Japan, there's the 96 S14. The top grade of the S14 adds a rear spoiler and leather wrapped steering wheel. Much to be excellent to have 2 different versions to the S14 on the 94 and 96 has already added to the game. But mostly because the right side interior view to be used as a Japanese model. But it is also to be sold in North America as the 240SS and in Europe as the 200SS to be used on the left side steering wheel. It makes it quite very understandable to have 2 different versions between the Japanese style and American/European style model, but looks like that would be quite very good to have the right side S14 to be welcome to Gran Turismo 7 ever since I've been tried out at Tokyo Expressway with my Total Drama OC Lexia to be driving in the S14. So now, last but not least, because Deborah might have the third car might go for only Ford. Now for the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth 87. A Cosworth-tuned masterpiece that dominated touring car racing. Description also to explain about the Ford Sierra that could be used from 1988 to 1990. The Sierra won a number of series championship titles in the international Group A category in countries such as Germany, United Kingdom, Australia, Japan, and New Zealand. Mostly, however, because one American car classed as a European different version to be used on the right hand side interior view. But this one is also to becoming very good and unique to be part in the Ford brand. Very good, excellent real car and different customizable to be used to have different options and painted to be used in the livery editor. Well, I guess this is going to be quite very good to have this brand new update. 4 cars, including Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta is now part of it to be welcomed to Gran Turismo 7. So what are your thoughts about having 4 cars to be tried out? So give your thoughts and questions about these different kinds of Ford vehicles to be on the car selection. So I got everything to be lined up and favored by the star to be labeled as well. So which kinds of your 4 cars do you like the most? My kind of perfect guess was the Nissan Silvia Case Aero S1496. Very good, best popular JDM car in every Gran Turismo series. The second one was the BMW M2 Competition to have the advanced version from the standard BMW M2 back from 2016. The third one, Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth 87, is a very good popular special vehicle to be made in Ford European Division. And that's not all, because the 25th anniversary edition on the Red Bull X 2019 gives a very good special livery variation to be using with the same car. It's going to be quite very good to have a special received gift by entering to have a limited time special event to be entered on the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup as seen from the World Finals in 2022 Gran Turismo World Series. Speaking of which, because 2 differences might have a very good perfect calling. Now I'm gonna have to go by having a detail to see how the PP goes by the same match. Well, it looks like turns out to become very much more the same and different compared to the X 2019 between the competition and 25th anniversary. But I already got it to have a UDRS Insportec livery from GT Sport to be imported, but I've been working on ever since I've been doing some development progress from 2 weeks ago. Alright folks, looks like gonna have to be ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video. So much things to do, and perfect time to have this special event will be going in about 20 days left until this event celebration will be over. But now, let's go and take the celebration to Gran Turismo 25th anniversary, and the countdown to 2022 is about to begin. Mostly because December has arrived and Christmas season is now coming in to have the most wonderful time of the year. It's so nice to see how every Gran Turismo players to be participate as a World Finals Monaco demo event on the Nations Cup, Manufacturers Cup, and Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup for only 3 rounds by every event date by the schedule. Mostly, however, because one time trial event was the Suzuki B6 Escudo Pikes Peak Special 98 will have to take on in the Big Willow at Willow Springs International Raceway. But I know it's cool. I should deserve to have a 2-week off because missing out to have 3 events including a time trial for the World Finals in the 2022 in Monaco. But right now, I should probably have to continue on to have my full walkthrough. We'll have to go focus on menu book number 39 in the Championship World GT Series. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeepNet Art, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.